Okay, so we are recording. All right, so today we're going to go over the social media part of the Berkshire Hathaway Resource Center. There is the Resource Center as a whole, but within that, there's different resources like the marketing resource or the social media resource. So we're going to focus on the social media one today. So to get there, just like anywhere else, you're going to start out in your ACE dashboard. And because it's marketing, social media related, you're going to go to the digital marketing tab, which is this kind of yellowy orange tab right here. And then you'll see the main resource center right here, BHHS Resource Center. So we're going to click on that. And quick note, if you've never used the Resource Center before, you may need to create a login before it will let you in. So it should prompt you to do that using your Fox and Roach Gmail account. If it doesn't, or if you have difficulties, you can reach out to me or one of the OAs and we can, try to get a password set up for you. But if you've used it before, you should be able to log right in just like I did. And then you'll see all these tiles here, these 8 kind of areas are the different types of resources. So we're going to do this one here that says social media resource. Same thing applies. If you've used it before, you will get right in. If you have never used the social media resource section before, it's going to ask you to create an account. So I'm just going to kind of show you what that looks like on this screen here. This is what you'll get if you've never logged in before. And it's going to ask you to log in either with your Facebook account or with an email account. I highly suggest that you use your Fox Roach email account rather than Facebook, just to keep things simple in case your Facebook ever changes or anything like that. So you would just, put in your email, password, and then it's just going to give you prompts to follow through. So the next one would look like this, right? So once you have created an account, it's going to say, welcome to the social media resource. You've completed your sign up. Let's finish setting up your branded profile page to customize your contact marketing presence. So you're really just going to follow the prompts and do whatever it asks you to do. So you would hit continue. You will get to this page, most likely, where it asks you just to review. You'll see that there's little locks next to this information. That's because you can't change it. This is pulling from your ACE dashboard profile. So it's just asking you to review. And if there are any issues or the information is incorrect, you would have to pause, go back to your main profile in your ACE dashboard and make the corrections there, and then it will update. Okay. The next, and again, these are all just prompts it's going to ask you to do when you're first setting up your social media account. So you can link to all of your listings so that they are in there, and then you would click update. It's going to ask you what, and I'm going to go over this part in more detail. I'll be able to show you this once you're logged in, but it may ask you to pick what day you want to post. Okay, and that's pretty much what I think it will ask you to do as far as initially setting up. I just can't show you that on my account because it's already set up. Okay, so just follow the prompts. It's very easy. Once you've done that, here's where you're going to land. You're going to be on your dashboard in your social media resource center, and you'll know you're in the right spot because it'll say right up here, upper left, social media resource. So that's how you know where you are. And you won't see any of this that you're seeing on mine if you haven't used it before. So if yours isn't set up and you're not using the content or doing any posts, you're not going to see these analytics yet. But if you scroll down, what you will be able to see is your settings area, which is your profile, your social media settings, and then what frequency you want to post. So if you don't set that up in the startup part, you can still, once you're in, set it up here. So that's what I'm going to start with. So I'm going to go to, and this is also over here on the left-hand menu, right? You'll see profile, settings, scheduled content. So either place you want to go. Let's start with looking at your profile. Okay, so these are all your different types of profile settings. And the more of this you can fill in, the better off you're going to be if someone's trying to reach you through one of these posts that you're doing. So first is your contact information. And again, this is all pulling from your ACE dashboard. So it has your first and last name and where you're from. And you can see, again, these are all locked. So if this isn't correct, you can't update it here, but you do want to review it. So that's your contact information. Phone numbers, you should have office and cell. And then there is a little checkbox right here I want you to be aware of that you should put on, and it says show mobile phone number on landing page. So part of what this system offers is when you're making these social media posts through this system, it generates a personalized branded landing page for you. So if people click on any of these posts that you're sharing, they'll come to your landing page, and you want them to be able to easily find your contact information. So your name, office phone number, email will always be there, but if you want your cell number to show up as well, you have to make sure this little box is checked. Okay, so make sure you do that. Email, again, this will pull directly from your ACE dashboard, so it should be your Fox and Roach Gmail. If you have a secondary email address that you want leads to get forwarded to as well, or if you're part of a team and you're directing all of your leads to a particular person, you can put in a secondary address here, okay? And then click update if you're making changes. Business location, again, it's just gonna be our office information right here. Profile photo, again, you can't change this here. You'll actually see that in red. This is locked and it's pulling from your ACE dashboard. So if you don't like your photo or you want to update your photo, again, just do that in your ACE profile, and then that will carry through to all of the other accounts linked to that profile. Logos. This is where you can add if you have your own logo. So the company logo is always there. The BHHS Fox and Roach logo will always show up on your landing page or any of the posts. But if you have a team logo or personal logo that you want to add, you can click secondary logo, upload that, and save that as well. Website link. Okay. This should be, again, locked to your individual agent website that is provided through the company, through ACE. If you think that's wrong, again, just log into ACE. And you also, again, want to make sure this checkbox says show this link on the landing page so that people can find your agent website on your landing page. Listings link. All right, so link to your listings property search page or any web page. So most of your listings should already be connected. If they're in ACE, they should also show up here. But rather than having your individual listings, if you would rather link to a separate web page that has all of your listings on it, whether it's through your website or something else you have set up, this you can change. Okay, so you would just find, like you would go to your agent website, you would go to My Listings, you would copy that URL and post it here if you wanted to go there instead. Okay, license, again, will be auto-loaded in here for you. Just make sure it's correct. If you have any designations or accreditations, you can check off all of the ones that are here and then update them. So if you have, if you're an accredited buyer's agent or any of that, just add the ones that apply to you and click update. And once you have all of that set, what you want to do is then preview this landing page that's going to be created for you. So get your profile set up first, make sure all your information is correct, add your accreditations or any other links like to a website that you want to add, then hit preview landing page. So anytime you are posting a link to an article, a newsletter, any of these resources that you're going to be using, if they click on it, it will take them, rather than just to an article, to this actual landing page. So this is just an example of what it's going to look like, but whatever article or whatever you've posted will show up here so they can actually read the article. So what we're paying attention to is this on the right-hand side should be where all of your information is and correct. So again, company logo is always here, your photo, all of your contact information. There will be a linked email me button they can click to send you an email directly. Here's a link to your, your agent, your Fox and Roach agent website. If you have a secondary one that you added during setup, you can put that here. Your designations will show up, little bit information about the company. Okay, so this is basically what your landing page will look like if anyone clicks on a post that you've shared. Okay, let's go back here. All right, so those are our profile settings. If I go back out to the regular settings tab, the next thing we want to look at are your social media connections. Again, it should ask you to set these up during your initial sign in, but if you skip that step or it doesn't work, you can come back here under settings and go to your social media connections. Right now, the only 3 it works with are Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. It does not yet work with Instagram. Instagram is more photo-based. These are more content-based, so it makes sense. If you have successfully linked your account, it will look like this, where it will say active. If it did not work, it'll either say inactive, or in my case, because I turned them off for this purpose, it will say broken, right? So what that means is if you logged into one of these accounts and changed your password in Twitter, but forgot to come back in here and, relink it, then you might get this notification that the link has been broken. So in that case, you can just click and it will ask you to log in to whatever account that is with your new password. It's going to say, do you want to allow it to share posts on here? Right? And you're going to click allow. Okay. And now you're back to active. So it's really very, very simple to do. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go back out to regular settings again. Okay, so content type. This is where you're going to actually select the type of content you want to have access to and that you want this system to post on your behalf. So you have options. You have real estate, lifestyle, which is more general stuff, spring cleaning, that kind of thing. And luxury. So those are the 3. I have it set to all of them because why not? I want access to all different types of posts. I want there to be some variety. You can choose just real estate and luxury. So if you don't want to post articles about, like general maintenance or spring cleaning or, any of that kind of stuff, and you really want it to be focused on real estate, you can select the second option. Or if you are primarily a luxury agent and you only want to focus on high-end stuff, you can do the luxury content only. So once you've made any selections or changed them, make sure you hit update. Okay. Next, we're going to select how frequently we want to post and to where. It maxes you, I believe, to 2 days a week. So twice a week for the automated postings. You can access this content, which I'll show you at any time, and post as much as you want manually. But you can only auto post up to 2 times per week. Okay. I like to do once per week because I think anything beyond that is just hard to keep track of. And if you're not looking at what the content is beforehand, it might auto post something for you that you already talked about or what have you. So if you don't really do anything on social media, go ahead and do 2 days per week because that way you don't have to think about it. But if you are also using it, you want to make sure maybe you do once a week and then you can choose to manually post the rest of the time. So you want to pick whatever day you think works best for you. You can change it at any time. And there are analytics like you saw on my dashboard when I first logged in. So let's say you start out posting on Tuesday afternoons. Do that for a while, then check your analytics. And if you're not getting any interactions, if you're not getting any engagement, no one's reading the post, come back in here to this setting, change the day. So you can kind of play with it to see, you know, what day is getting you the best results. So this you can change at any time. Okay, so again, if you change anything, just hit the update button. Okay, notifications. This just is what emails do you want to get, right? So do you want to get an email that lets you know when your post has successfully gone through? And that way you can go check out what it is. You can turn that on, or receive daily suggested posts. So this is if, again, you don't want to just use the auto post. If you think you want to access some of this content and manually post, and manually posting is easy. Manually posting doesn't mean you have to write a whole thing by yourself. It means you come in, you pick an article, and you hit post. I'll show you that. So if you want to get a daily reminder email saying, hey, here's the content you have access to. If you want to do a manual post, click here. So then you would turn that on. Okay. And then manage social pages. Again, this is just showing you which ones you have active. So whichever ones are active are the ones that it's going to be posting to. Okay, see what else we got under settings. All right, I think that's it for settings. So now what I kind of want to show you is, you know, where is the content? What is the content? How do I manually post? All that stuff. This content is based off RIS or RIS Media. It's the company we've pretty much always used. It's the company that writes our newsletter that goes out automatically through the Ready to Go plan. They always have. So our company pays for us to have access to all the content through RIS Media, and then it's licensed obviously for your use, and it's branded to you if you're using it through this center. All right, so dashboard, analytics, listings we went through, scheduled content. So once you've set up your profile, you've selected which accounts you want to activate, and you've selected how often you want to post and what type of content you want to post. You can click here on scheduled content at any time, and it will show you what's been posted and what's coming up. So you can see my next post is scheduled for Monday, October 26th. And here is the article that it's going to post that it has randomly selected for me. All right. You can preview it by clicking here. This is what the landing page would look like if anybody clicks on the post. So you can read through, you know, the article. They're generally pretty dang brief because we don't want to lose anybody, you know. So you can read what it's about and preview it. So let's say you look at this and you're like, you know what? That's not really what I want to post about this week. I'd rather change this out or edit it or something. So there is an edit button. So you can change the content. You can add your own ideas of how to add a splash of red or, you know, whatever you want to do, you can do by clicking edit. If you don't like this article at all and you want to replace it with a different one, you would click the replace button. And that will take you to, you know, here is what the next one would be. And you're like, no, I don't want that. And you can literally just keep clicking through until you find the one that you think you want to post that week. Okay, so that's what your scheduled content. You can look at the next several weeks at a time. So it's not like you have to do this every single week. You can come in here at the beginning of each month, look at all of the scheduled posts for that month. And if you don't like any of them, you can go ahead and edit them or replace them at that time. And that way, you know, you're set for the month and you don't have to pay any attention, right? So there you go. So that's the scheduled content. So under scheduled content, you're only going to see what it has selected for you to auto post. So if you want to see what all of the content that you have access is to, that's exclusive content. So it tells you here the latest 100 articles, videos, and infographics that meet your search criteria are available for you to post to your social networks. RIS Media has thousands of pieces of content in their archive, so check back frequently for new articles. So there is a search option at the top here. So if you're thinking you want to post about something that's immediately relevant, or, you know, if you're going through a series, let's say, where you have a theme for each week, whatever the case might be, you can do a keyword search to pick up, you know, something that you want to talk about. So let's say, you know, we want to talk about mortgage rates. Type that in, click search. And now you're going to see any of the articles that are related to mortgage or mortgage rates. You can click on any of them to preview it, and this is what it would look like. And it, again, share now with my branding. So if you're doing a manual post, you would access exclusive content. You would read through the articles or search by subject matter. Once you have, and you can preview any of them. Once you have found the one that you want to manually post, all you have to do is click on one of the two icons at the bottom, or both. So if you want to post it to Facebook, you would click the Facebook post, if link, sorry, or icon. Again, LinkedIn, you would click that one. And if you add Twitter, you can do Twitter as well. While we're talking about Twitter, quick note. So 2 notes actually. For Facebook, you want to make sure that when you're setting up your links to your Facebook account, that you're setting it up to go to your business page, for the auto posts especially. Because if you're doing nothing but having these auto social media posts on your personal Facebook page, you're probably going to get flagged and go to Facebook jail, because your personal profile shouldn't be, you know, 100% real estate related, or you're going to get reported. So make sure when you're creating your Facebook link, you're creating it to your business profile page. That's number 1. Number 2, for Twitter, Twitter does pay attention to what types of posts you are making. So if you never use Twitter for anything except this, after a few months, they will flag you and lock your account. And I'm telling you from personal experience. I basically didn't use Twitter personally for a while because I was so annoyed by what I was seeing on there. I just kind of, you know, didn't even look at it. I still had this running in the background. So after a few months of my only posts being, you know, these linked articles, Twitter went, I think you're a robot, and shut off my account. So just a note for everybody, keep in mind, if you're active on Twitter and posting a bunch of other stuff, that will not be a problem for you. But if all you're using Twitter for is this auto post, you'll probably get flagged at some point. So just something to keep in mind. All right, so that's how you come in, manually post anytime you want. You would just log into the Social Media Resource Center. You would go to your exclusive content menu option here, and then you would, you know, read through the articles and then just click the icon. So it's really easy, 1, 2, 3, post whatever you want. Okay, so there is an upgrade option. So if you want to be able to post more with auto posting, you can come in here and opt to pay. And that way you could set up additional auto postings on a weekly basis rather than being limited. So you don't have to, but you have that option if you want to. Trying to think if there's anything else. Okay, so this under listings down here, listings, here I am on the left-hand side. So if for whatever reason your listings aren't showing up and you can't get the connection, you can manually enter them here. It's actually pulling from homes.com, which the company does pay for all of us to have a membership to. So if you have set up your homes.com profile and your listings are there, again, they'll be pulled into here, no problem. But if they aren't for whatever reason, you can manually enter them by MLS number and zip code, or you would just have to come down here and link to your homes.com account if for some reason that link is broken. So if you're not seeing your listings, here's how you would fix that. Okay, Is it going to let me X out? Maybe not. Maybe I just have to go back here. Okay. So quick overview of the dashboard. I didn't do this at the beginning because again, if you're first using this, you're not going to see any of this. But once you've been using it for a while, you'll start to get, you know, these analytics. So you can see, it tells you how many impressions, how many people you've reached, and engagements are things like they liked it, they clicked on it, they shared it, they commented. So an engagement is they actively did something with that post. Reach just tells you how many people Facebook put it in front of in their news feed. And impressions is again, how many people actually have like read or connected to that and somehow. It has your scheduled content here on the left. Okay, so what you posted before, what's coming up, where your connections are, trending real estate content. So it will show you kind of what the top articles are that are generating interest. So you could always make sure you're using one of these for your manual posts. And then at the bottom, it has some really good FAQs, so frequently asked questions. So if you don't have a business page, there's a little video on how to create your own Facebook business page, because again, you do have to use that for this. You can't use a personal page. What to do if you receive an email that your posting failed to go through, a profile overview, which I already took you through, but if you need a refresher when you're coming back to set this up after this class, if you're like, wait, what were all the different profile things I was supposed to do? That will walk you through it again. How to manually post content anytime, if you need a refresher on that. And then, you know, how to be careful about what posts you're doing during COVID-19 and how to access posts about specifically COVID-19. Okay, so pretty dang easy. That's basically it. So once you set up the auto postings and link your profiles, set it and forget it. You don't have to do anything. You will get an email. I get an email every week before my content is scheduled to post saying, hey, reminder, you have a scheduled post coming up. So that will remind me to come in here, look at what is scheduled to make sure it's something I want to post, or do I want to swap it out for a different article or infographic. You know, you want to kind of vary it. You don't want to just do article after article after article after article. That gets kind of annoying and monotonous. So, you know, every once in a while you might want to change one out for a very simple infographic, like a chart or a graph or, you know, a meme, whatever. So you do have those options. There's also videos. So rather than them having to click and read an article, you can post a video version. And those are all listed under the scheduled content. I'm sorry, under the exclusive content. So you can search by type of content as well, not just articles. So you can literally just search video and it will pull up all of the different videos that are available. So I like to vary it a little bit. So every week when I get that reminder email, I'll come in here and be like, okay, what am I about to post? You know, let me make sure it's something that's relevant that I want to do, make sure I have the next 2 weeks set up how I want them, and then I can forget about it for a while. And if I've gone a while without having something personally to post, and I'm like, you know what, I've been really bad, I haven't been keeping up on my social media, I'll come in here and again, search through articles or just read whatever the most popular ones are here, right, on my dashboard, and pick one to manually post. So this isn't meant to like replace you and auto post everything for you, because people will be able to tell it looks a little bit robotic, and you know, it's, if you don't do anything else with it, then it's not the greatest. But it is just a really good resource where if you need an idea of, okay, what can I post today, right? I've set my goal that I want to be on social media at least 3 times per week posting something, but I just can't for the life of me figure out what I want to talk about. This is a great way to access content that is licensed, which means you have the permission to share it and it will be branded to you. So it's a lead generation tool as well, because if they click on anything, your information's right there on the right-hand side. Okay, any questions?
Yes.
Shoot.
Okay, the agent icon that we get every day, that email that comes.
Yes.
Does that automatically, or can that automatically be put into here? some of those?
No, that's a separate company. Totally yeah, it's a separate third-party company. So Agent Icon is the one that primarily you would use to create your own infographic for your listings, coming soon, just sold, open house, whatever. That's the one where you email My Agent Icon, right, with a photo. And then they email you back with a whole bunch of pre-created little graphics that you can share on social media. So that's a separate company altogether. This is Riz Media, that's Agent Icon. So they don't really fully integrate, but it is another great resource for you to use because they do have their own already made content that you have access to, as you said. So you'll get a reminder from them as well saying, here's a bunch of stuff we've already created that isn't specific to your listing necessarily, but that you have access to and can post at any time. So it's just another resource for you to find social media content that you can use. Or to create your own, like I said, for your listing. You just email them a photo, and they email you back with all of the different iterations that they create for you. Any other questions? Okay. Anything else? Any other questions?
Not yet.
Yeah, so just everyone come in here, log in, create your account if you haven't already, link your profiles. Remember to make sure it's your business Facebook page that you're linking to. And if you have not created one yet, you can get into your dashboard and watch this video on how to create a business page, or you can go into the education tab in your ACE dashboard, go to help documents and videos, go to social media, and there's one there as well on how to create a Facebook business page. And if you want more information on this resource, the Social Media Resource Center, or if you are better at reading through a handout rather than watching this video, as I always do, I'll show you. If you're on your ACE dashboard, you go to the purple education tab. You go to this first folder, which says training library. You go to help documents and videos. Okay, then everything is alphabetical. So you scroll down till you see BHHS Resource Center. So this is the Resource Center as a whole, which has many different components. And you can look at help videos or help documents. So if you go to help videos, there is a video in here specifically about the social media resource because they break it up. So that's right here. You can watch this 45-minute video, which is exactly the same as what I just taught you. So if you need a refresher, you can go here, or you can go to the too many things open. Let's move this somewhere. There we go. So you can go to, instead of videos, you can go to help documents. And again, they're broken out into the different components. So you can just look through and see, okay, here's one that says social media resource, okay? Here is a very like 2-page one on how to do a manual post, how to post from the daily content email, how to promote your listings through that social media resource center, and how to set up your auto posting. So it's, again, it's all here in either video or handout form if you guys need a refresher. Okay. Any other questions?
No.
All right, well, that's it. It wasn't a super long, very easy, which is why it is a great resource. You just set it and forget it, which we all love, so we don't have to worry about it. And then obviously, if you think of anything else, if you have any questions, if part of this was not clear from watching the videos, or if you get a weird error message, you don't know what it is, reach out to me. We'll look into it. We'll make sure we can get you in there and get you set up.
Great.
Okay. All right. You are welcome. Thanks for coming this afternoon.
My pleasure.
Yes, I'll see you later. Have a good one.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye, Randy.
Bye.